Testing, testing. Hey, how's it going, guys? We're going to get started here pretty soon. And we are playing, of course, Sanctus Reach, Sons of Cadia. If you guys remember, for those of you that saw our last stream of Sons of Cadia, we're continuing that campaign. So we have actually already won, I believe, 2 missions. We're on the 3rd, and this is going to be a defensive mission in the snow. I think we're probably going to be able to get through a few missions during this stream because these next few missions are pretty small, but very, very intense. So it'll determine whether or not we're going to do well or not as we go forward here. So guys, you might see some movement on the screen here in a minute because I'm trying to get just the game to pop up, but we're getting display capture, which it's not that big of a deal. It just means that I'm going to have to follow the chat on my phone for the most part. Let me go ahead and get rid of this image first of all. Okay, so for some reason we're not able to get that game capture. That's a little frustrating. But this is definitely an OBS issue. Or really just an issue with any sort of recording software. There we go. Come on. So we should be able to get just Gladius on right now. You guys are probably seeing it in display mode now, but I don't think it's sticking. It's jumping right back to the screen. So that's alright. Whenever I pop out, I'll probably pop out a few times to see what you guys are chatting about, see if you guys are asking questions, etc. If that happens, you'll just basically see the chat screen. Hey, Jared, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Hey, Gary Cooper, how you doing, buddy? Okay, guys, we're probably going to go ahead and jump in here. We're starting a little bit early, but I think that's okay. As long as you guys think it's okay, then we'll just start a bit early here. Let's go ahead and check out the chat. Hello, Redster, good to see you. And, of course, the usual crew. We always appreciate you guys stopping by. So let's jump right in. Here we go. First things first, so as you can see, we beat that first mission against Grug Face Rippa's Red Wa. And we also know that these guys are definitely being led by Big Red, his Big Red Wa, and we're going to have some trouble. We're playing as the Astra Militarum. Oh, that's right, sorry, and actually, I have to Americanize that because apparently certain people don't like it when I say the correct Latin name, so I'm just going to say Astra Militarum from now on. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and jump into this mission. So it's a hold the line mission, and these are my favorite kind of missions without a doubt in Sanctus Reach. It's a defensive mission. In this case, we're playing as, of course, the Imperial Guards, also known as the Astra Militarum. So this should be fun. I want to see how we do, but I also want to pick the correct units. Last time we played this, we took a lot of really chunky units, and we got crushed. So I might need to sort of level the playing field. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Oh, it's a beautiful map. Alright, so we have to hold the position in the fort here in the west. The Orcs will attack from the east. The objective for both sides is to control the most victory points. Pretty straightforward right away. 1600, I'm definitely taking the Executioner tank. So the difference between this and a standard Leman Russ, look at the gun on that thing. It's got a heavy flamer, a heavy bolter, and an Executioner plasma cannon. I have no idea what an Executioner plasma cannon does. In fact, I don't think we've even seen it here on the stream yet, so it's going to be a tough one. I really want to take the Primaris Psyker with me. He's got a lot of very fascinating abilities, but this is a really beefy unit, so we could be spending a little too much, but we'll find out. I'm also obviously going to take the Ogrins. I love my Ogrins, guys. I could take the Chimera as well, but as you can see now, we're getting a little low on our points. So we've got to be still a little careful. Still softy after the trailer. Oh, which trailer? I missed that one totally. Oh yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. A little bit. Personal opinion and all that, right? We'll go ahead and take these guys as well, the Bulgrins. They're awesome. And we've got these guys, and we haven't really seen them in combat much. They are the Tempestus Scions, the Power Swords. So we're going to take these guys as well, and that's all we can take for this defensive mission. So I think I might have to sacrifice one of these other units so that we have at least a few guardsmen. I think we need just a few, so I might get rid of the Chimera. The Chimera is actually a bit damaged anyway. So let's grab these guardsmen units, get a grenade launcher unit, and I think 2 guardsmen over a Chimera, maybe we should have stuck with the Chimera, but we'll find out sooner or later. So here we go. So I get it now, still salty, yes. It's like, what trailers you talk? Oh, that one. I remember that. All right, let's put him here. So remember, we're doing a purely defensive role here. I definitely don't want the Primaris Psyker out in the middle, stuck out like a sore thumb. I want him over here. So I'm going to put him behind our men. We're going to keep that gun there. The Bulgrins, if we can deploy them here, we will, but I don't think we can. I think we need to deploy them back here. And same thing with our Imperial Guard. We want some cover. So, as you can see, these are 2 victory points that we have to hold, and we also have to hold this one. I think with this setup, we should be able to hold them, but you never know. Let's go ahead and end the turn and see what the orcs have. Oh my goodness. Look at that plasma gun, though. That thing is beautiful. The Executioner. And it looks like the Mega Nobs, the Mega Orc Nobles here, are firing at the front of our Leman Russ. They're not going to do a lot of damage, but despite the fact that they're firing at the front of a tank and shouldn't do any damage, they're still going to get a little bit of armor-piercing damage there. And look at that. We're actually able to fight them off. These are Tempestus Scions right here. Ooh, they're getting hit pretty hard. The enemy has a lot of guys, but the ones I'm really scared of are the Flash Gits. And look at that. They actually just burn through their own men just to get at our Tempestus Scion troops. So these Tempestus Scions, they've got to be tough. Overall, the orcs have a ton of men in this battle. This is incredible. Oh no, the Flash Gits. Of course they're going to target my best unit. We got to get rid of those Flash Gits. That's a certainty. Not as worried, honestly, about the Runt Herder. You know, he can basically spawn a bunch of Gretchens. It's more annoying than it is actually dangerous. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. Hello. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. How many men do the orcs have on this mission? So, if I was able to repick, considering the amount of enemy units here on this mission, I might have taken a few more units and not gone for so many beefy units, but we'll see how they perform. We'll just see what happens. So first things first, I'm going to try to take out the Flash Gits with just a regular unit. We're going to use a plasma gun. 50% chance to hit, very high chance to damage. Not bad at all. If we could wipe out a Flash Gits unit this early, that would be incredible. I'm going to fire out a few grenades. We also got a critical hit here on the Burnas. So I think I might fire actually at the Burnas specifically because we're going to hit a lot more enemy units. And also because the Burnas could drop our morale really quickly. So as you can see, some of these units are already panicked, some are broken, some are shaken. They have been terrified by the Bulgrin. And who couldn't be terrified by a face like that only a mother could love? I mean, that's pretty rough. It's like Bane on steroids times 10. It's just scary. I don't know why the Tempestus Scions can't target the Flash Gits. I guess because of this sort of cover, they're out of range. So we're going to turn to the Burna Boys and see how these Tempestus Scion guys operate. I think they're supposed to be used in close combat, actually, because they've got a power sword. But right now, we're keeping them behind cover. There's no way I'm risking them. Okay. What can we do here? Ooh, now an Ectoplasmic Bolt. So this is a powerful range AP attack against a single target. Instantly reduce a unit's morale to 0. That would be very helpful. Or the Vortex. Yes. So this is an AoE effect. So it basically damages the unit over time. But basically anybody coming within this black hole gets damaged as well. So I think it's a pretty good idea there. And we'll also fire an Ectoplasmic Bolt. Boom! One of the flash gits is down. That's good news for me. And I'm going to have to target that other flash gits. I really want to target the Mega Nulb, but this guy is more of a threat. Let's actually fire with our Heavy Bolter. Try to kill him with that first. Oh, nice! Did you guys see that? The round went right through and smashed that unit. Use the Void, says Zach. Yes. Yeah, look at the lovely Bullgrins. Absolutely. They're beautiful. They really are. And actually, Bullgrins are probably my favorite infantry unit in the game, so I can't hate them too much. All right, there we go. We've still got flash gets, but I'm hoping that the Void is going to damage them, or the, not the Void, or is it the Vortex is going to damage them. We're going to fire here at these Warbikers. I didn't even see them. Had I spotted them, I would not have made that move. These guys are tough. They do a lot of damage, so I'm going to try move the grenade launcher forward. And let's see if we can't fire over here at these guys. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's fire again. Mega Nulps. Now, the only problem here is that our guy is not in cover, but the enemy is terrified, that's for sure. Hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll end the turn here. I'm really hoping that this Void kills those flash gits, but I'm not sure. Nice return fire, one Mega Nulb down, but they can actually do serious damage with their claws here. Oh, boy. So they're trying to do everything to kill that tank. They're even burning their own men. Although for orcs, this is not a very strange thing to do. It's actually pretty common amongst orcs to kill each other for the simplest of reasons. So I'm not surprised. Oh, the poor Imperial Guard. At least it opened up a lane for our Bullgrins to get into a fight here. And of course, they have bayonets. They're going to fight back against these orcs. But the enemy just captured one of the victory points, and the Runt Herder just spawned all of those Gretchen units. And even though I wasn't really worried about them before, with this many enemies, I'm a little worried about the Gretchen. Oh, they had to attack. Got another Flamer unit. The Gretchen makes such funny sounds. They're really trying to kill our poor little Ogrins here. What has the Ogrin ever done to you? It's been such a friendly, grotesque-looking humanoid. Kandra leveled up a Gretchen unit once. That's pretty funny. I mean, I think that eventually, probably the best place for a Gretchen in the Warhammer 40k universe is commanding some sort of orc vehicle. I know the Gretchens can be pilots. I'm not sure if they're more intelligent than orcs. I think they might be slightly more intelligent than orcs, but clearly not strong enough to assert that intelligence. That being said, I'm not 100% either way. Now, we are terrified. Our men are terrified, but we've got to go for the kill. So I'm going to go for the Ripper Bayonet, of course. And 65 HP is a lot of damage, but these guys seem to be standing. There we go. It's a little better, but the enemy is definitely doing pretty well. So let's go for that. Okay, good. The Flash Gits did get killed by the Void. We're either going to go for the burning units or the units closer to us. I think that's safer. So let's fire the plasma cannon. Oh my goodness! We just completely destroyed that unit. There's nothing left. There's absolutely nothing left. We could go for the other burning unit, or we could go for one of these orc units. I really want to use the flamethrower right now, but I know I'm going to end up hitting our own men. So what if I use the flamethrower against the Gretchen? Oh, oh, the Executioner is wonderful. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Roast Gretchen, anybody? I hear it's pretty good. We still have one more shot here. I'm going to open fire with the Heavy Bolter. And we did get a critical hit, but no kills. The thing I'm most concerned about is this Warbiker unit. That's going to be a real pain. Let's see if the Psyker can do anything right now. So the Psyker can actually phase shift, basically hiding himself. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to use Domination here. So this basically is going to terrify the enemy unit, but we should probably use it against a better enemy unit. So let me use the Psyker. Let me see if I can use Domination on this Warbiker unit. And they're broken. So they've been exposed to the warp. For anybody that knows anything about 40k, you know that the warp is just the worst place to be. I guess it's some sort of alternate dimension. And again, I leave it to you guys that know more about 40k to go ahead and let us know a little more about it. But it's some sort of dimension where people just go absolutely insane. I think it's the home of the Chaos Gods as well. It's just not a place you want to be. Now, it doesn't look like we have an open shot at any of the enemy here, so we might need to move forward with our Bullgrins, but I'm starting to think that maybe we want to just stay here and wait. That's just not my style, though. So we're going to move forward here with our Tempestus Scion units, and we're going to test out the Plasma Pistol. Oh, that is beautiful. Unfortunately, it didn't kill the entire unit, but pretty close. So we can actually see our Imperial Guard units here dead. Got to get some revenge for them. I wanted to fire here at the Burnas, but I guess we can't reach them, so we'll fire again. Actually, at the Nob Sluggas if we can. No, we're going to have to fire at the Burnas again. Or the Sluggas, excuse me. We's dying. You don't say. And let's move the Bullgrins up. Bullgrins excel at close combat. And one thing you'll find interesting for those of you that are new, you didn't catch the last stream, these shields the Bullgrins are using are actually treads from Lehman Russ tanks. That's how strong these things are. I guess the Bullgrins live on a planet with extremely, extremely high levels of gravity. So basically picking up something as light as a pencil there, you know, could weigh 20, 30 pounds for all we know. So they get extremely strong when they come to a place like, you know, like Gladius, or when they come to a place like, you know, Earth in this case. Well, not in this case, but, you know, in the case of just us here on the stream, they're going to be extremely strong. So that's something to keep in mind, and that's why they're able to withstand so much damage. Fortunately, these guys, the Warriors of the Northern Tundra, they're looking a little weak. I have to say, they're looking a little weak. Hey, Yogic Fire, how you doing, bud? Tastes like chicken, says Audie, referring to the cooked Ogrins. Yeah, maybe they do. All right, let's end the turn here. All right, the Meganobs are another unit we have to worry about, but we're getting some pretty good return for 81 damage. Wow. Gotta give it to them. Tempestus Scion troops are not letting us down. I guess they're a sort of special forces unit. Unfortunately, we are getting hit with flamers. That's not going to help our morale. And it is tough to scare off Ogrins and Bullgrins, but it's not impossible. Oh, wow. 97 HP. Oh, my goodness. They just got wiped out. So much for special forces. Well, they just stunned our tank. Oh, my goodness. The Runt Herder just almost killed our tank. Hordes and hordes of orcs here, guys. Oh, no! Come on, guys. Keep it together. Yeah, not much we can do about the Tempestus Scion. The Emperor will not be pleased, but that's the way things are. And they burned and destroyed our tank, guys. They even burned through their Runt Herder to kill the tank. That was actually a really good move by the enemy. But that is going to make our job a lot harder, obviously. They just burned our tank with a flamethrower. And unfortunately, our Ogryn unit is terrified. They are going to be able to fire, which is very good news for us. So we want to fire at the Runt Herder immediately. Got a critical hit, but their morale is way down. We did manage to kill the Runt Herder. That's a big plus. But now we've got to deal with these guys. What's this lightning? Unleash the raw energy of the warp over the battlefield. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is an AoE attack that's probably going to just terrify the enemy. Nice. That worked. We can actually maybe finish these guys off. But I think what I want to do is seek some cover. That's right, I'm running. Alright, let's fire at the Meganobs. Come on, guys, get a better shot than that. I don't know what we just blew up, but something exploded. So the Ogrins are still able to fight. That's a good sign. Or the Bullgrins. We're going to fire. And actually, the chances to do damage there to Meganobs is very low. Should have kept that in mind. So I'm actually going to fire at the Gretchens. We've got to kill them at some point. It might as well be now. And I think we'll go ahead and end the turn here. And again, I do apologize, guys. We're in display mode, so I'm not checking out the chat nearly as much. Muzo is going to have to talk with you guys in the chat, answer most of your questions for today. Look at that pile of skulls. My goodness. And this is an Imperial camp, so Those are Imperial skulls. Maybe soldiers that didn't follow orders. Whatever happened to them, it wasn't pretty. Okay, let's end the turn. Come on, give us this victory. Nice! Reactionary fire there, pretty good. Are the Bullgrun's going to fight back? I certainly hope so. Nice. I was worried about that. Oh, the poor guardsmen. And they're actually about to take those victory points. So we might want to redo this mission. If we redo it, I guess I'm not sure how I'm going to change my setup. Obviously, each mission is randomized, so we might get different units to take. But I felt like this was a pretty good setup. Maybe we shouldn't have left the cover. Maybe we should have just stayed behind cover no matter what. I think that could have been the key. But I don't think we're going to win this one. Feel free to bet on these particular matches, guys, because, you know, these are pretty quick ones. We're playing sort of short battles with a nice amount of forces. We can still win, but it's going to be really tough. All right, War Bikers, you got to go down. Oh, that return fire killed one of our poor Bullgruns or Ogruns. They look like bulls, so it's hard to actually notice the difference. Here we go. Oh boy. I'm desperate here to make something happen. I'll phase shift. So at this point, I should be mostly invisible. And, oh no, they cannot attack. So our guys here are terrified. All we have left are the Ogruns, and they are very scared. We're going to end the turn here. And there we go. They took the victory point. Technically, we could take it back. And by the way, look at what the phase shift does. Once again, he just basically shifts in and out of the warp. You know, the Psychers, they basically, they can deal with the warp for a short amount of time, unlike just a regular human, but it's still hell on them. Rip indeed. Rip indeed. Okay, let's see if there's anything that can be done to salvage this. It does look like our Ogruns have regained some of their health, which is a good sign for sure. Use the ectoplasmic bolt. The vortex, we want to use it, but we want to put it in the best place possible. I think it's going to be right there. Oh my goodness, look at that AoE damage. Imagine if we could salvage this one. We still have 3 turns remaining, but this would be an incredible victory if we were able to salvage it. Bayonets! I know the enemy's going to target us as soon as we pop out here, so I'm going to actually jump here, and hopefully this is not too far to fire at the Meganope, although our chances of hitting are very low. Yeah, we didn't do any damage at all there. Although I hope the area of effect here is strong enough to make some substantial changes to the enemy. And I think we can actually attack. Let's see if we have any melee attacks. This is definitely a big risk. No! We're out of actions for the Force Staff. So I'm actually going to hide this unit behind our Bullgruns. And of course, he's still warping in and out with his phase shift ability. I love the AoE effect there. Look at that. 2 more orcs dead. Nice! He got the Mega Nub! He got the Mega Nub! That's awesome! Oh man, we have to move really fast. Really, really fast. The frustrating part here would be if we don't manage to get the victory purely because we can't get there on time. Okay. You're dead. I hope this warp doesn't affect us too. I didn't consider that. Let's move over here. And we'll actually fire Domination onto the Gretchen. So it's just going to scare them so much that they break and run away. They've been exposed to the terrors of the warp. And for creatures like Gretchen, I'm assuming that could even mean they end up just killing themselves. Oh, boy. Yep, the warp is definitely affecting us. 113 HP, guys. Believe it or not, Gretchens may make the difference in this fight. I hate to say it, but the Gretchens might be able to win it for the enemy here. Nice! They just obliterated that unit. This would be an amazing victory, guys. As you can see, he's down. All he can do is make it over here. That's all he can do. We can, of course, fire on the Gretchens. Try to kill as many as possible. But overall, that unit is in trouble. We'll take the Psyker. We'll try to hold this point for one more turn. I think it's just 1 or 2 more turns we have to hold it for. This is the final turn. Come on, guys. Just have to hold this position. Come on, don't be killed by Gretchens, guys. You can do it. You can do it. Please don't die. Oh, critical hit against the Psyker. Oh, man. He's eating those bullets up. Nice. Return fire by our Ogryn unit. Oh my goodness, guys. What do you think about that one? What do you think about that one? 1 Psyker and 1 Ogryn left with a victory there. I like to think that was probably some of my best work. Hey, Party Commissar, how is it going, man? I have not seen you in so long. Great to see you, buddy. I hope you stopped by the channel, too. We haven't seen you over there, man. That was fun. Yeah, that was a fun one, guys. I really like that. So we're going to continue here. Really close. Really, really close. I mean, those guys have got to get some sort of, I don't know, Order of the Emperor or some sort of special medal. So we've got 2 more battles here that we could jump into. And we've got the refinery. This is, once again, an engagement. The last engagement was just hold the line, where we had to just defend a point. In this one, we actually have to both go for the points. And over here in the Hollow Hills, we have an assault situation, where the enemy orcs are going to be defending. I really want to try that out. I think it's madness to go into an assault against orcs. So I want to see how we can make this work. If we can make it work, we'll see. So we're on the offensive now. Let's move out against these greenskins, and let's see if we can get some kills. Hey, Magnus, good to see you. Yeah, you can buy this game today. This is of course Sanctus Reach with the expansion of Sons of Cadia. We also have the Weird Boy expansion. With Gruckface, Ripper, etc. I had to kind of think about it for a second because I'm so invested in Sons of Cadia at the moment. But the Weird Boy expansion essentially lets you play as the orcs. So you can play as Gruckface, Ripper. You can play as various orc units, including the Gorkanaut, which is basically like a giant orc mech. And then we've got this one, Sons of Cadia, where you get to play as the Astra Militarum, also known as the Imperial Guard. Okay, here we go. So, orc forces hold positions in the east. We're attacking from the west, and it looks like we have quite a lot of infantry units on this particular fight. As you can see here, we've got 2,000 points. That's a lot of points. So, of course, we're going to take the Executioner. This one's called Last Hope, Terra's Last Hope. We're going to take the Chimera, for sure. We're going to have to take our Ogryns. The problem is here, if we start taking these really expensive units, we're going to run out of cash for just our regular guardsmen. But I'm thinking with an attack against orcs, we're going to need these units, to be honest with you. So, 740, I might grab some guardsmen flamers, maybe some Tempestus Scion troops. Oh, this is a tough one, actually. Tough decision. Grab some more Ogryns. I just don't trust these regular guardsmen. You know, they're fine for one use, but after that, they really lose their potential. And look at this. This one's actually called the Martyr Squad, which, let's be honest, all guardsmen are basically martyr squads. I'm looking for a grenade launcher squad, so I'll take them with us. Let's take just a regular plasma gun squad. They're pretty inexpensive. Let's take a lasgun squad. And we'll take these Tempestus Scion troops. I think that's pretty good. I don't think we have anything else cheap enough to take. Oh, yeah, look at this. We can actually take a guardsman flamer unit. Nice. So let's see what happens, guys. We are on the offensive this time. That changes things around a little bit. This is going to be a bit tougher, I think, than the last fight. but only time will tell. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we pretty much have the units where we want them. I'm going to move all of this armor up front, so they'll carry out the frontal attack, and we'll follow up with the infantry behind. So we'll keep these guys sort of moving up this way. I think you guys can see what I'm going for, using the tanks as a sort of buffer between us and the enemy. See if we have any more units. Oh, yes. Got those grenade launchers. I think it's a pretty good setup. I don't know. I mean, for an assault against the orcs, I wouldn't be happy as an orc with having this charge at me. That's just me. And we'll put this Ogren unit right here. Okay. Okay, back to us. I also love the Imperial Guard's emblem there. Just the skull biting down on a rifle. So the Chimera's out, guys. We still haven't spotted any enemies, but of course we have to try and take the most victory points at the end of the turn. And if you see those little red dots on the map, those are the victory points. So we're going for them, of course, as quickly as we can. I'll probably ignore that one on the far right. It's pretty out of our way. I think we'll just keep going north, and then we'll turn that direction eventually. Come on, boys, let's go. For the Emperor. Also want to turn these guys the right way, and the reason I want to do that, two reasons. For the tanks, it's to increase our armor value, but it's also so that if the enemy comes into our line of sight, we can actually use our reactionary fire. Not all units have reactionary fire, so for instance, flamethrower units do not. A few other units don't have reactionary fire, but most do. So if the enemy passes in their line of sight, they're going to shoot, and there's a good chance they're going to kill the enemy unit. So we're going to definitely make sure that our guys are looking straight ahead. And we'll end the turn there. Moving the Chimera up again. Man, it's too quiet. It's way too quiet. You guys get that feeling when you're playing a strategy game and the field is just empty and you know that you're about to get into a massive fight? It's just way too quiet for my liking. We should have seen at least an orc unit by now. I think they're going to have some really big orcs attacking us here, if I had to guess. So I want to make sure that this group moves together. I know that probably common sense dictates that we split them in two. We send one unit to the east, one unit to the west. But I think since we're facing these guys in an attack position, we basically want to consistently stick together, you know, because if we get into a gunfight, we're not going to be able to just rely on a few units. Keep moving forward. Go on, boys. Get a close look at those grenade launcher units. They do look pretty awesome. I mean, for me, area of effect is a big thing. I love, you know, any unit with some sort of strong area of effect. So if you fire, you know, I'd love to see, eventually, I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be so cool if you could get some grenade units that can fire maybe some gas grenades, something like that. It would be really fun. Yogi Fire says maybe they're on holiday. And, yeah, the launchers did a very nice job on the Gretchens, absolutely. Hey, Turfilus, good to see you, man. Yeah, a lot of ground to cover. Absolutely true. This is a much bigger map than the one we just played on. And yeah, it's not a snowy map. Now, most of the locations, or a lot of the locations that the Astra Militarum fights in are kind of snowy. I think they landed on a different part of Alaric Prime. That's the planet we're on right now. So maybe a colder part. But in a lot of the campaigns, you know, you can actually see sort of a lava effect where everything just looks burned up. All right, I'm going to end the turn. Let's see if some orcs pop up. Oh, we already see some. There's the flash gets. Oh, man. Hitting our side armor there. I totally should have turned in the direction, but I was like, nah, they're not going to attack us. Yeah, it's happening. The orc ambush. It's happened. It's happened, Muso. It's happened. You know what I mean. Let's go ahead and let's... we're going to be shot at one way or another, so let's go ahead and move out. And actually, I might just focus on the Warbikers here with the multi-laser. And look at that critical hit. Man, that Chimera is incredible. I'm definitely more afraid of the flash gets, though. So I'm going to try and hit them with the multi-laser. We did get a critical hit, and we can also attack with our heavy bolter. And we're definitely aimed the right way, because now they're going to have to fire at that frontal armor, and the Chimera's frontal armor is quite strong. Hello, welcome, thanks. Thanks for joining. Now, I'm getting this Chimera close for one reason and one reason only. We have a flamethrower, boys and girls. So we're going to go ahead and use it. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Boo! You are all burning. Now we're going to go ahead and fire on the flash kits. Got to do everything we can to kill that flash kits unit. I like keeping our guys together on this assault. It seems to be working out really well. There we go. We've also got a war boss here. Oh, it's just a regular nub. That's weird. That's got to be a general unit, but it just says nub, so I'm a little confused. This guy's got to be tough, though. Let's try to kill that last flash gets unit. Oh, almost. So close. Move forward with our flamers. I think the war bikers are probably going to target our flamer units, if I had to guess, because they're the easiest to kill right now. Alright, grenade launcher. Unfortunately, with the grenade launcher, you got to get a little bit up close and personal. And we're not in that position right now. We're, in fact, not in a position to hit most of the enemy units. But just getting rid of those flash kits gives us a huge advantage on the battlefield. I mean, you guys have seen in so many of our Let's Plays where they absolutely... they end the game. You know, they just end the game. Their guns, I forget what their guns are called. If somebody could find the name, please do, because it's really funny. And basically these guns, it's snaz guns. That's what they're called, snaz guns. They're able to go through armor. They're able to go through, well, just about anything, really. You know, steel plating for them is nothing. We're going to go ahead and end the turn here, turning it over to the Greenskins. Let's see what they do. Ooh, firing at our frontal armor. That's a good idea. Keep doing that. Just do that the whole game, please. Yes, good shooting, Chimera. I don't give enough respect to the Chimera. The Chimera is sort of the armored personnel carrier of the Empire, essentially, and it really is a great unit. There's so many different variations of it. You know, some that fire missiles, some fire rockets, some fire flames, of course. So I really do not give it enough respect. We rarely mention it during the stream, but it's pretty great. He just threw an anti-tank grenade at us. Oh, this Nob is definitely tough. This is definitely a general unit. Let's take him out. Yeah, you can see that this poor unit is very low in health. So he's about to go down for sure. I want to go ahead and use that flamethrower again, because we can also hit those units back there, which is just an extra added bonus. And let's fire our heavy bolter. But I do believe he will take out the Chimera next turn. So we want to do everything we can to stop that. Yeah, that's just a really big orc. That's what that is. Oh! Thought we hit our own unit there for a second. Chimera once again, heavy bolter. We might have to move back. Believe it or not, sometimes you can be way too close to the enemy. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. And I think we can go ahead and say goodbye to this enemy for good. By the way, if you want to get to the map, you just press X. Shows you this pretty cool map setup. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. We're going to go ahead and give him an Imperial Execution. Oh, there's two of them. All right, the Emperor grants you both freedom from being greenskins. Ah, the Emperor always delivers on his promises. Look at that. Nothing left but good old orc stew. And we know the Ogrins love orc stew, so they're going to be able to have and enjoy some of that later. We're going to get to that victory point pretty soon, I think. I want to make sure, though, that we don't have any opportunities here to still do some damage to the enemy. So let's... No, apparently we cannot fire at the Nope. Let's flame him. Of course, we can fire at him. We're flamethrowers. For this close, we can always hit something. But I think it's going to be a lot harder to break his morale. He's pretty used to dealing with a lot of pain, so it's not going to be easy. Let's move the grenade launcher unit forward. We'll fire. And once again, the damage potential here is very low, and we actually risk doing more damage to our own men, as you can see there. So I'm not even going to fire that second shot. I'm going to move the tank up as well. Fortunately, the tank's a little slow, but for what it packs, you know, the punch it packs, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it was even 2 tiles slower. It's still an amazing, amazing vehicle. Chimera, you ready? Oh, you've already used up your shots. That's right. Party comments start killing. Everything is a good decision, indeed. Hi, Zellstorm. Hey, Sam Hood, how's it going, man? Okay, here we go. Ending the turn, boys and girls. Nice reactionary fire there. Ooh, the guardsmen are taking the brunt of the damage. Pretty typical. Good old meat shields. I'm going to bring this Chimera around and try to hit that War Buggy. War Buggies don't really scare me. I actually think they're kind of underpowered. But we might as well get rid of them while we can. As you can see there, yeah, all it took was one shot and he's down. Usually as an Orc player, if I'm playing Orcs, you know, multiplayer online, I never take the War Buggies. I'm not saying you can't use them. I mean, everybody has their strategy. I just personally am not a fan. Let's fire. We's dying. Yes, you are. Oh, we may be a bit too far to finish them off. Let's move back. Sure enough, yeah, we can't fire a grenade, you know, like a few inches from ourselves. We're going to kill ourselves. So with that grenade, we actually had to move back a bit. I'm going to just move right past him with the Chimera. I'm not even going to waste rounds on him if I can help it. Because I want to take that position quickly. We'll let the Ogrins finish him off. That is one scared Orc, and you don't usually see that. Nice. Nice! 100 XP for the Ogrins. None of our units have leveled up yet, but I definitely see that coming. Now, we do have some leveled up units in the army, of course, because we have... this is actually mission 3 of our campaign with the Astra Militarum. But I want to level up some more guys. Most of our guys don't survive our battles. That's the problem. This is such a deadly location that most of them end up dying before the end. Still have that Psyker, though. We're going to be seeing him in later battles for sure. And let's end the turn. Make sure we're not forgetting anybody. Well, that was easy. That was way too easy. It's going to get harder. We all know that. Let's keep moving. Fortunately, we don't have any repair abilities, or else I'd repair the Chimera there. Although I think that would make this army so overpowered. If you could repair the Astra Militarum's vehicles, could you guys imagine how easy it would be to win? Just repair your Lehman Russ tanks every chance you get. There's got to be a unit that maybe I haven't spotted that can do some repairs, but that would be extremely useful. Okay, Chimera, it's your turn to shine. Nice shooting there. And let's also fire at the Burna units. I don't want these guys getting near my men because Burna units are going to cost you a ton in morale. They might not manage to kill a lot of your guys, but the morale loss is massive. And I will say, as far as I'm concerned, unless you're talking about the Ogrins and the Bulgrins, who have pretty high morale, respectively, as far as a regular guardsman unit, if they get hit with flames, they're probably going to get panicked. They might break. You know, they're not really willing to necessarily die for the Emperor. That's why you need Commissar units, which, by the way, yes, there are also Commissar units in this DLC as well. We actually played with one on the first mission, although he did get killed. Poor guy. Well, not really. Commissars are pretty brutal. Keep moving. What I like about this battle, my favorite part, the dead flash kits. Didn't even have to worry about them. Look at those snaz guns. Look at those things. I mean, the size of the rounds of those guns is massive. I mean, that thing can absolutely kill a Lehman Russ tank even. It can kill Chimeras pretty quickly, actually. So, got to be careful with these things. All right, ending the turn, heading to the second victory point. Not a lot of movement here. Once again, making me a little nervous. Commissars. Hey, Party Commissar got excited with that one. Adeptus Mechanicus. It is but a simple matter for one of my skills, says Party Commissar. Yeah, exactly. And also, another thing that Musso didn't mention is that the units are randomized for each mission. So you're going to get, of course, a different selection of units when you play, which I really like. You know, it's pretty realistic. If you're in an army, you know, your general's not just going to let you take what you want. He's going to say, look, this is what we have. Take what you need, but, you know, we might not have that specific unit you were looking for. So this stops people from building an army of, like, for instance, just Lehman Russ tanks, which I think would be just kind of not fun. You really do have to make a good selection. So I am going to take that location, first of all. Now, we still need one more victory point to be on the winning side, but I am going to fire the multi-laser at the enemy burner unit, and I think that this approach that we took of sending the armor out first was brilliant. You know, I'm actually learning the game a little bit more, getting a little bit better, but I have to say this approach worked beautifully. We didn't lose any units. Now, we are probably going to use this poor Hellhound Chimera, but that's just the way things are. There's not much we can do. So we're going to head for that point. We might want to leave some units behind to protect the points. Maybe? Yeah, I think that's probably not a bad idea. These guardsmen are the lucky guys that get to stay back. They're almost dead anyway, so let's keep them back here. They'll survive for one more day. Really, they'll survive for one more day max. They're probably going to die in the next conflict. Guardsmen die every single second. I'm sure tens of thousands of guardsmen die in the Warhammer 40k universe. Hey, Han. Good to see you. It's a bold strategy attacking frontal armor, says Han. To be honest with you, it's not. It's not. It's a stupid strategy. The good thing about facing orcs is orcs are not too bright. You know, when you're facing, of course, for instance, Space Marines, or when you're facing the Imperial Guard, they're not going to do that. They're not going to attack frontal armor. They're going to flank you. They're going to find your weak spots. But yeah, I think the developers really made the game realistic in the sense that the orcs, they're kind of dumb, you know, and especially if you piss them off, if you fire at them, you get them kind of, you know, startled. They could very well try to attack your frontal armor. In fact, here on this very stream, we saw orcs attacking armor with just swords, not swords, but you know, like sort of the axes that they use, the axes, the machetes, and they were just trying to hack away at a tank. It didn't work, but it was funny to watch. So if they get angry, they really let you know. All right, let's end the turn here. Hopefully a few more of them appear so we can get some reactionary shots. Okay, let's see what else to do. Yeah, we'll move the Chimera up. Again, this is definitely one of the creepier maps I've been on, just because it seems like there's nothing there, and then all of a sudden they all pop up. Pretty typical of orcs, though. They are the sort of masters of ambush. Look at them beautiful faces. Oh, so precious. Just gotta love those precious Ogryn expressions. I love it. This guy has to see a dentist. I think they all need to see a dentist, really. But they are not guys you want to mess with. If you make an Ogryn mad, I mean, an Ogryn is very similar to an orc, honestly, in that sense, that they're not exactly very intelligent. Ogryns are not known for their intelligence, and, you know, I mentioned this on previous streams, but for those of you that didn't know, these guns were made because when Ogryns were given regular plasma rifles, they would just break them in half. Again, not very smart. But these guns can not only be used to fire at the enemy, but also to strike the enemy. So they had to give them guns that were big enough that they wouldn't break. I'm almost certain that you might even need to train an Ogryn how to load a gun many, many, many times, because he's not going to remember the first time, and he's not going to remember the second time, and he's probably going to get aggravated if you keep telling him. But somebody's got to train these guys, and I'm very, very sad for the person who's got that job. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Nothing at all. Fair enough. Send the guardsmen forward. Send the meat shields. Oh, I mean the guardsmen forward. Condra put preview Gladius. None sneakier than the orcs. Absolutely true. And yeah, guys, please do check out the sale there that Musso put up. This is a great time to save on games that we sell. Absolutely a time to pick up any game that you want from the Slytherin Matrix catalog. Go for it. Especially, you know, maybe even buying a gift for a friend or family member. This is definitely the time to do it. You're not going to get cheaper prices than what we have now, so I highly recommend you stop by there. Let's keep moving. Getting a little cocky here. I want to be careful because I'm starting to send my infantry ahead of my tanks, and that's not necessarily safe. So let's get these tanks up ahead again. Thank you, orcs. Oh, they didn't even defend that one. We're going to keep going, so we're going to go for that one as well. And there's actually a mission in the Red Wa campaign, the Orc campaign under Grook Face Rippa, where you have to basically go around a giant circle with a big mountain in the middle. And you have to go all the way around like this and take every single base. A really fun mission, but obviously very challenging. This one kind of reminds me of that, but not as many enemies as far as the eye can see. What I'm worried about is what we can't see. Here we go. We'll keep that guy there. Okay, end the turn. Maybe we eliminated all the orc units. I mean, it's a possibility. No, it's not. Look at that. Right away, they make themselves known. So we're gonna fire over here, and I want to aim my Chimera the right way because I don't want them hitting my side armor. So let's wait a minute. That's not working. Ooh, maybe we have no more actions left. Oh, thank goodness, we do. That would not have been good. So let's see what kind of unit this is. It's a Combi Scorcha. So this is a Scorcha that can fire not only live rounds, but also can fire flames. I would say pretty advanced for orcs. It actually kind of reminds me of sort of like modern weaponry for an infantry soldier. You know, for instance, a U.S. infantry soldier, a lot of them will have a rifle, and attached to the rifle they'll have some sort of grenade launcher, sort of an additional accessory to make the weapon even deadlier. So I like these Combi Scorches. Really cool, and a really cool looking gun. Wouldn't mind buying some models of that and painting them. All right, let's keep moving forward. But I hope they're not as deadly as they seem to be. Go, boys. Okay, ending the turn once again. We've got really good positioning with the Chimera just on top of that hill. We can see just about everything that the enemy has to offer beneath us. But, oh, what is that? I knew they had a trick up their sleeve. What was that, guys? We have to get closer to find out, and we know who's going to have to find out. It's going to have to be the guardsmen. Sorry, buddies. You guys have to go sometime. We all have to die sometime, as they say. Here we go. Critical hit. Apparently the guardsmen weren't able to find them, but I have to give it to them. For a lasgun unit, the Silver Rangers performed brilliantly. They actually did manage to do quite a lot of damage there. Let's move forward more. We might have to wait a turn to find out. And oh, nope. Oh, we're going to have to wait a turn to find out. But they've got a big artillery gun there. And I fear that this guy's going to get killed before we do any damage to it. So what I'm going to do, which I rarely do, I'm not one to retreat. But I think I'm going to try to pull back a bit, although I don't think it's going to make a difference. We can't move all the way back down the mountain this turn. We've got to wait, but hopefully we're out of range of that enemy gun. Let's keep on moving. Man, that thing is deadly. Let's see what you guys think about the gun. Condra says he sees Gladius as his next favorite game. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Gladius is awesome. It really is. It's a very, very cool game. But you must be patient. Okay, let's move forward. Unfortunately, our Leman Russ didn't really see action, and that's primarily because the Leman Russ is not as mobile as the Chimeras. So if you want to get him into the fight, it's going to take a little bit longer. It's just the way things kind of are. Let's end the turn here. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that is a nasty-looking gun. That is not a friendly-looking gun at all. Man, we got to get a close look at this thing. Look at that. That's a battle wagon. And basically what it is, it's just a bunch of metal thrown together with a giant artillery gun put smack dab on top of it. If a human tried to build something like this, the second you fired it, the gun would probably break right through the entire vehicle and be immobilized. I mean, this is for a work of engineering that I'm actually surprised orcs could achieve. That being said, we absolutely want to hit it with the multi-laser here, but oh my goodness, does it do a lot of damage. Maybe we should focus fire just on the enemy units. Yeah, I think so. I just don't think the multi-laser is going to do too much damage to that thing. We're going to have to find something else, and maybe the Leman Russ tank needs to do something. Another idea is to get the Ogrins over here. We're going to be shot at, but we just have to accept it. And try to get a side shot on the enemy. So actually, medium damage is pretty good. Although 34 HP, and this guy seems to have a lot of HP. The Ogrins have really heavy rounds, like I mentioned before, so they can actually do a lot of damage in a situation like this. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Scorches. Oh, come on, guys. This is why you guys die so easy, because you just mess everything up for your general. Did you guys see those horrific misses? The target's like 10 feet away. Like, it's just, you know, come on. You can do better than that. So the damage potential, as you can see here, same unit, right? These are both Ogren units, but the damage potential now is very low because we're firing at the frontal armor. So I'm going to go ahead and once again try and get to the flank here, and we're still not on the flank, but we can fire with a 90% chance of a hit. So I will go ahead and try and do some damage. 33 HP, it's not bad actually. Here we go. Man, I want to see that vehicle blow up. I really do. And we've got our Tempestus Scions. I think their laser weapons should be pretty useful in this situation, but maybe not. Yeah, damage potential is very low, actually. So I'm going to fire at these guys, the Orc boys. Oh, yes. Couldn't help myself. 1 HP. Okay, so plasma weapons do no damage to those huge vehicles. Let's keep moving. Ogrins. And yeah, let's finish off the Sluggas. Get a little XP out of that as well. And our tank is almost here. Now the Flamer is not going to be able to do much, I don't think, in this situation. In fact, all we're going to do if we fire here is just burn our own units. So we'll keep the Flamer back for now. This Chimera can still fire, but as you guys can see, he's really close to getting killed. So I'm guessing that that cannon is probably going to go for a Chimera kill here next turn. That's my guess. I could be wrong. $69 HP. That's a lot of damage. And look at that critical hit on the Burnus with our plasma gun. I have some respect for this unit. Apparently, we also have, if I'm not mistaken, we have one flame ready to deploy. So we could actually deploy a flamer here, but we don't have any units that are close enough, but that's pretty cool. That is a pretty strong guardsman unit. That guy's still stuck there. That's fine. I don't want to move him. Just want him to hold his position, and let's end the turn. Oh, man, just one burn. Do you see? This is why I killed the flamers. Just one burning unit can make a huge, huge difference in morale. I mean, just that one guy may have messed up our morale. The cannon seems to have killed 2 of our poor Gretchens. Even a Gretchen can't deal with an artillery shell of that caliber. Did anybody get that joke? Horrible pun. Here we go, guys. We're going to jump out here. Oh, Keep on going and try to get a side shot. Now, we're already winning either way, as long as the enemy doesn't retake any of their locations. But I feel a lot safer winning completely, of course. All right, come on, guys. Don't let me down this time. Really? Really? Come on. Maybe they need some distance. There we go. Finally. I will not have the Commissar execute you. And yeah, I'm not moving these guys because they're going to take a lot of damage on the move. Although now, we're not going to get any reactionary fire. We might as well. And let's get these Tempestus Scion troops right over here. I really like the way these guys look. I mean, they look really mean. But I'm not sure. I really don't know much about the Tempestus Scion. I know a lot more about the Ogrins and the Volgrins than I do about the Tempestus Scion. I'm guessing there's some sort of like special forces unit, but I really am not sure. Move over here. This could be a kill shot. It's a very low chance, but it's a... We're going to do damage either way, so come on. Oh, yeah! She is down. The battle wagon is down, guys. The Invincible Host got her, and now we can either take upgraded optics. Tweaking their standard issue sights is considered a tech heresy by the Adeptus Mechanicus. It doesn't stop the guardsmen doing everything they can to give them the edge on the battlefield. I actually didn't know that, but that's pretty funny. So this increases our accuracy, or the Emperor protects. Saying a prayer to the Emperor is the best way to improve morale. Experts confirm this to be true. If you cannot say the prayer due to injury, loudly humming the prayer will suffice. Gain a small amount of morale. I think the optics are what we're going for, and we also gain an HP there, which is really cool. But that's pretty funny. So there is, of course, an ability to say the Emperor's Prayer. Pretty interesting stuff, to say the least. Just hum it if you can. So if you're blown in half and you can't move, just hum the prayer. You'll be fine. All right, let's get those burners. Target eliminated. One of them, anyway. Let's keep on moving. Okay, here we go, and I'm going to rush right past, capture the victory point automatically, and just to do this in style, I'm flaming this guy, but oh no, we're going to hit our own guys. Hold on, I'll back up. I want to get him with a flamer. It's the ultimate revenge, to kill the Burna with a flamer. You want a taste of your own medicine? Here you go. Oh yeah. So we have 4 out of 1, and we just killed every single orc on the map. We got a victory. That was a really easy one, and once again, the assault worked perfectly there. I'm actually not nearly as afraid of attempting an assault in the future after that experience. I mean, we just, just keep that armor up in front, bring some heavy units, bring the guardsmen, at the back so that they can sort of pop out occasionally, fire some shots, and you're golden. You're going to be able to make it. So, guys, I think we'll do one more battle here, and we've got a battle here called the Knights Strike Back. The Imperial Knights of Alaric Prime lead a devastating counterattack. They hope to rob the orcs of their momentum, but risk being cut off and surrounded. Castellanstein orders them to return. However, the Knights know a different kind of war and disobey. There is glory to be had. Alaric Prime's noble houses plan to crush the orcs and settle some old scores along the way. So we're actually going to do the Knights Strike Back. I haven't tried this mission yet. It looks quite interesting, and I want to see what kind of mission it is. It might actually be too long for the stream, if it's going to be as rich as the first mission of the campaign. So let's see. Oh, the Imperial Knights of Alaric Prime lead a devastating counterattack. So we've got anti-tank units, super heavy units. We have to advance forward through the enemy, make them wish they never set foot on Alaric Prime, capture all victory points from the enemy. This is an extremely challenging fight, but we've got the Imperial Knights with us, guys. Look at that. We've got Paladin Sir Darius. We're going to take him. He's very expensive, but he's worth it. Sir Grailson Trovis. Sounds like stuff out of Game of Thrones. Knight Errant Sire Garrett de Gallio. And we can maybe bring those Chimeras and a Basilisk as well. This is an artillery unit. Let's grab the Commissar. And let's grab all of those Ogrins. What else can we take? 220. Crimson Brigade and the Forgotten Fallen. We still have 100 left to spend. Let's go for Punishers of the Golan Watch. Okay, and we can also take the Reapers of the Forgotten. Let's start. Now we've got the Knights. I mean, these are the actual Knights of Alaric Prime. And of course, the Alaric Prime is a Knight House planet. So basically, this is where the Knights go to retire or to live the rest of their lives. And these are the Knights. They are absolutely stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Each one of them, of course, has their own specific look, their own specific abilities. So let's move forward with these Knights, and let's kill us some orcs, guys. Here we go. Oh, hello. How are you guys doing? There's a lot of you here, first of all. Let's get this party started. What's the heavy stubber? Let's check this out. I don't want to fire it at Algrins, so let's fire it here. Ooh, so it's just like a little... It doesn't seem too effective. Could also be the cover. Oh, that's effective. Fire again, 155 damage. 125 right there. Let's move forward with Sir Garrett Daglio. I think he can actually at least fire from here with this thermal cannon. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's going to burn the enemy up. And we'll fire some over here as well. In fact, we'll fire it at these Ogrins here. I am loving the Knights. Now, you don't need to get... 1 second, guys. I want to see these guys burn up. You don't need to get Sons of Cadia to get the Knights. So the Knights do appear in the first DLC as well, and in the game itself. But obviously, you've got some additional missions here in Sons of Cadia with the Knights, where they make up a very large part of certain missions. So I think that added flavor is great because I love the Knight units. They're so fun to use. The only better thing than a Knight unit is a Gorkanaut versus a Knight unit. And by the way, look at that Commissar. I love the evil-looking Commissar unit in the game. Just a beauty to behold. You know this guy has killed people in his lifetime. Many, many people. And you wouldn't want to mess with him. Okay, let's see. We have so many heavy units for this fight. I mean, it's pretty great. Let's move the guardsmen as well. And with the Basilisk, best thing to do is try and get some artillery fire here going on the enemy. Love the Basilisk unit. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What happened to all the Ogryn units, guys? What happened to them? They just disappeared. Is it a glitch, guys? Is it a glitch? Oh my goodness. Yeah, run away. A bit too late for that. Alright, we're going to move forward with the Basilisk. Well, we'll move forward with the Guardsmen, I should say. And the Basilisk. And actually, wait a minute. I think we can get some shots here on this unit. So we're going to fire at the Orc Boys. Nice. Critical hits. I like to see that. And the Chimera, of course. The Invincible Host, guys. She's back. She's back to the battlefield. One of the rare instances that one of our Chimera survives our assault. Pretty interesting. So as you can see, even the morale of the Orcs, and it's very hard to break Orc morale, but the morale of the Orcs is totally shot. They are facing this. I mean, if you were facing this, wouldn't you be a little bit afraid? Just a tremendous amount of Knights coming with Algrins, heavy artillery. Yeah, I think even Orcs, even Chaos Warriors would be terrified. Let's take a look here. So Max Chi, let me see what Max is asking. So Max is asking between Sanctus and what is he asking? Let's see. I think he's asking Armageddon and Sanctus Reach. It really depends. Yeah, I think I would take a look at both because Armageddon looks very similar to Panzer Corps. If you're a big fan of Panzer Corps, I know I am. Armageddon is really great. It's got like a similar look, just in the 40k universe. Another thing about Armageddon is Armageddon has a tremendous amount of DLCs and missions. You have to keep in mind that we've had Armageddon out a little bit longer, so we do have more content there, but I wouldn't say it's as pretty. It's a bit of an older game, of course. I would say Sanctus Reach is more appealing visually, but Armageddon is definitely fun. I mean, I've mentioned it plenty of times. You know, my favorite 40k game of ours is Armageddon. It just is. There's so much there. You can play, depending on the DLCs you buy, you can play as the Salamanders, you can play as the Blood Angels, you can play as the Orcs, just so many different missions, and some of them are extremely hard. I would say for beginners, I would definitely stick maybe to Sanctus Reach, because I think it's, like I said, more visually stimulating, more visually appealing, and then move on to something like Armageddon. But both are great, so I would pick up both. That's my answer. Let's take a look here at the chat. Okay, Imperial Knights once again on the move. And of course the Imperial Knights, I mean, they are loyal to the Emperor, but more importantly, their home planet is being attacked. So, you know, they're pretty upset. And you don't want to get these guys upset. They will remember just about every single slight that's been done to them. And actually, what's this? Wait a minute. I think we can call in an airstrike, guys. An Iron Storm missile pod. I've never tried this before. Oh, yes. Goodbye, Gretchen. I mean, I'm a little sad I had to waste that on Gretchen, but that's fun. So he's got these missile pods on his back that he can use against the enemy. Just like regular artillery. Let's go ahead and fire. My goodness. This is a bloodbath. It's just a bloodbath. I think this is the first time I actually feel bad for the Orcs. There's no way they can win this. There's just no way. Come on, boys. Oh, he's trying to get away. Get the Slugger. Good shooting. And we leveled up our Ogrins. So look at this. We can either use Interrogate. Yours on the front line has taught these men that the best way to get intel is to get it yourself. Find the location of all enemies in the fog of war. That's an incredible ability. I mean, that means that we basically just get to see the map all of a sudden. We also have the Momentum ability. I've seen guardsmen do amazing things. Take down a Tyranid warrior with a bayonet, destroy a tank with a lasgun, charge in the face of overwhelming numbers. The trick is momentum. If the men think they may have a chance of victory today, they'll fight harder and harder till it's done. So unit gains morale for every kill. That's also a really great ability. I mean, just imagine every time you kill a unit, your morale goes back up. Your morale's never going to break. But that being said, the reason I'm going to take the first one is, number one, it's a great ability. Number two, it's pretty hard to break an Ogren's morale anyway. They've got pretty high morale. So we'll go ahead and take the Interrogate. And that's just a cool skill. I've never had the pleasure of using it, but I can't wait. Let's move forward. I also, just for fun here, this is really not something I would recommend, but I'm sure a lot of you guys were asking last time about the summary execution ability of the Commissar. So this basically gets the units in line. So we're going to go ahead and use that right now. And what it is, it's we threaten a summary execution. We target the most cowardly guardsman with his bolt pistol. So let's go ahead. And as you can see, we just scare our units, and their morale is instantly restored. It wasn't damaged to begin with, but obviously it's actually a really good ability to use if you're in a jam. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use the Prefectus. Actually, this is not just a regular Commissar. This is a Prefectus Commissar. So he's basically the leader of the Commissars. I'm going to go ahead and use my Power Sword here. Oh, yeah. 2 down. Man, that's vicious. Let's go for another attack. Oh, my goodness. Gotta love that. Prefectus Commissar can also call in airstrikes. That's right. I said it. Airstrikes. So there's all sorts of amazing abilities with these officer units. Definitely want to be careful with how you use them. Don't lose them just randomly. Right now I've got these guys out in front of our army. Not a smart move. Not at all. Okay, knight. Kill him. Thermal cannon. Is there anything left to kill? No. I think it's all dead. Everything has been destroyed. The Emperor is pleased. Move forward. Oh, there's a little Gretchen out there. Look at that. A tiny little Gretchen with a blunderbuss. A blunderbuss of all weapons. It's like from the gunpowder era. Okay. We could actually kill him with a Chimera if we get close enough, but that would just be mean. Why not? Let's go for it. Let's test out this artillery, boys. Oh. Wow. He took the full impact of that shell. Now, once again, in that situation, we might as well have fired because we don't get any sort of reactionary fire with the Basilisk. Just like the flamethrower units, most artillery units do not get reactionary fire. Let's end the turn there. Is the enemy going to push forward, or are they going to let us just walk all over them? I think probably the latter, considering we've got 3 huge knights. I don't see what they could do to stop us. Alright, let's move forward. Just take the position, or try, or get closer at least to the position. No, we can take it this turn. Beautiful. Yeah, victory points captured. And in this game, you can see that you have to capture all of the victory points. That's definitely going to make it a little more challenging. It's not just about taking the most you can take. Like in our last battle, you have to take every single one. Which probably means that, you know, if I was going to play this entire battle, I would leave some guardsmen behind just to watch the enemy. Now, let's see if we can call it here. Can we call the airstrike here? Maybe it's not this unit. Let me take a look here. It might be a different unit. It might be the Commissar. Yeah, I think it's the Commissar that calls the airstrike. It's too bad because this is a perfect location for an airstrike. But you know what? We'll do them one better. We'll fire some artillery into here. So let's get close. And let's teach them why they shouldn't bunch up near Imperial Guard units. There we go. One more. Oh, yes. No kidding. Okay, we'll move forward with this guy. I like this guy, Sir Grayson Trovis. I really like him just because of this ability to use the Iron Storm missile pod. Unfortunately, it's a 4-turn cooldown, which is pretty tough to take. Only the best of the best abilities can have 4-turn cooldowns, and I wouldn't consider that an unbelievably good ability. I mean, it's cool, it helps, but I would prefer like a 2-turn cooldown. Although, why am I complaining? I'm using a knight. This thing is never going to get killed, unless the enemy has a bunch of Gorkanauts, which I highly doubt. I mean, this knight, no matter what happens, he's going to be effective, with or without missile pods. Okay, keep moving. I think that's it. Yep, let's end the turn. And let me know, guys. Let me and Muso know in the comments what you guys think of these knights. Do you enjoy them? What do you think of the DLC itself, of the actual DLC that we're playing right now, Sons of Cadia, as well as the knights? And now, once again, I'll repeat myself that you don't need to get Sons of Cadia to get the knights, but you certainly get more with it. So that's something to consider. I think the Knights are much more loyal to the Imperial Guard than they are to the Space Marines. And of course, the Space Marines and the Imperial Guard, you know, they work together for the most part. But I believe that the Knights are more related to the Imperial Guard. I could be wrong about that. That's as far as I understand it. You know, the Space Marines have their dreadnoughts, etc. But the Imperial Knights are for the, well, for the Imperium. Trying to fire here at our Ogrins. What's that? Ooh, it's definitely not a Gorkanaut, but could be something a little heavier. War buggy. Okay, and let's take a look here at the chat. Skulls for the Skull Throne, says Master Forgo. Hello, Raven's Path. Thanks for streaming this, he says. No worries, man. My pleasure. Yeah, so what Metallicil is saying is funny, and it's actually partially true. He's exaggerating a little bit. So as far as damage goes, one orc can't take down a knight unless the knight is horribly weakened. However, what he means, if you and you'll actually see this a lot also in Armageddon, our other 40K game, where the orcs actually have like aircraft and things like that and tanks. The thing about the orcs, and also, of course, the orc choppers, the orcs are not an intelligent race, not an intelligent species at all. Their IQ is somewhere around like 50 to 60. That being said, they, for whatever reason, and I don't know the lore behind this, but if an orc builds something and they think it's going to work, then it'll work. By some miracle, it will work. So if an orc builds, you know, a bomber plane, it's going to be a really terrible-looking, rusty bomber plane. It's probably not going to fly very well. It's going to have a lot of malfunctions, but it'll do its job, believe it or not. Now, that job might ultimately end in the orc's death. You know, he might actually die in his own creation. But it's true what he's saying, that the orcs have this... It might have something to do with their religion, you know, something to do with their shamans, like Big Red, something like that. That maybe it's their magic. But they're able to actually make vehicles that otherwise wouldn't run under any circumstances work just fine. So that is a pretty funny ability that the orcs have. A bit strange, too, I must say. Let's go ahead and fire at the Runt Herder here. Ooh, missed. Totally missed. Nice. Direct hit, and he's dead. 2 direct hits. He took 2 giant rounds to the chest, and he's dead with his little pet. Not even concerned about them. Let's keep moving forward with Perfectus. And we don't need to threaten summary execution of Ogrins. They're not really afraid. Go, boys. Ooh, I see a lot of orcs back here. And some flash gets. Oh my goodness, guys. Basilisk. No, I think he's out of... Oh my goodness, this would be a really good hit. Let's try to kill the flash gets. Okay, so we missed, but we still ended up hitting the area over here and doing a little damage. But I really want to hit the flash gets. That's my, right now, the biggest threat to us. Those snaz guns can kill just about any unit, including our knights, believe it or not. You can definitely take down a knight with a snaz gun. Well, several snaz guns, I would say, but yes, that's possible. Let's grab the grenade launcher guy. That's a good question. Does the Armageddon Collector's Edition come with a DLC? Honestly, not sure on that one. I think I'm pretty sure the Collector's Edition means all DLC, but again, I'm not. Don't take my word on it. Just check out the page. Should have the information, and it would definitely say if the DLC was included, almost certainly. Okay, let's get another shot here. We're still waiting for that countdown. I really want to fire at the chopper here, the rocket launcher. Or the chopper with the rocket launcher. But I think we're going to have to use the Gatling cannon. Oh! I like that. Oh, that thing never stops. That's pretty cool. Just one hit. Unfortunately, we also shot our some of our Ogrins. They took not the brunt of the damage, but some of the damage. But sacrifices must be made. Oh, we just killed an Ogrin with our friendly fire. We did take out their war buggy. So, a little victory there. Let's end the turn. Ogrins are not happy with that. Oh, they've got some more choppers here. So, this totally makes sense that in this mission, the choppers would be called in to take down the knights. The choppers and, of course, the flash gets. Now, 3 knights, I don't think they stand a chance. But they can try. Wow, nice shooting there. Reactionary fire once again. So the flash kids are targeting the Ogrins. I'm very thankful of that. I think the next thing we want to do, we want to get that Chimera to fire again. Or sorry, the Basilisk to fire again. And try to take out this area over here. The flash kids are definitely a danger. And look at that. The shielding of our Imperial Knight doesn't even let him get hit by regular rounds. I mean, this guy is a beast. I think the Killican with the big shooter should be able to actually pierce his armor, but it's still going to take a bunch of shots. Okay, let's go ahead and grab our Basilisk. And we're going straight for the flash kits. Now, clearing this building might be tough. Nope, that's a critical hit. Nice. Also killed that unit right there. Nice. Direct hits on the flash kits, though you can see these guys are tough. I mean, they're still alive. With their bandanas, they're not moving. So I'm going to try to shoot again. I'm going to get hit for sure by doing this, but I think it's worth a risk. Oh, man, that's bad. That is bad. 217 HP. Oh, man. Open fire. Nice. I think that was worth it. Yeah, that was a fair trade-off. And for you guys firing at us with the Ripper gun, we're definitely going to get some revenge. Alright, guys. Well, we are getting close to the end of this stream. And we do have some, well, I don't know if it's bad news, you guys decide, but of course, with the holiday season coming up, we are going to be, a lot of us going on vacation, coming up pretty soon here. We will still, of course, have a few more streams. I think we'll have a few more streams, right, Muso, before vacation starts. That being said, we are coming up to a time when we're going to be quiet for a bit, so don't forget about our channel. We're absolutely going to be back probably early January, maybe mid-January, something like that, doing regular streams once again. But there's going to be a little time period there where you might not see us every day like you do these days, or most every day. So we do apologize for that, but we've all got to enjoy the holidays, right? Get these grenade launcher units up. Come on. The enemy's already just panicked. Okay, let's fire. Oh, I like how that worked. Fire again. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. Actually, let me try the heavy stubber. So I guess it's just like an additional weapon. It's not that effective. I mean, it's effective one way or another no matter what, but that's just because this is a knight. But the chain gun is amazing on this guy. Entire unit destroyed. Absolutely wonderful. Let's take a look here at the chat. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you, Cloud. No wonder he sounded so familiar, says Max G. Yes, absolutely. I am Agrippa Maxenius. It is really funny when people from my channel find Slytherin for the first time, and they're like, wait a minute, you sound like Agrippa. Are you Agrippa? No, I'm just a really good pretend version of him. Let's take this. I'm an Agrippa impersonator. Let's move here, and no, we still can't get that Killican. That's the beauty of cover. That cover is totally protecting that Killican from us being able to do any damage to it. So that gives the enemy a tiny, tiny advantage, temporarily, of course. Let's keep moving forward. Okay. I think we can end the turn there. Ooh, what's that? Enemy's firing at our Commissar with the chopper. Nice return fire. Oh my goodness, he's going to try to stab our Chimera to death. Now, as you can see, even that guy's not able to do much damage to our Chimera, but they have one of those big guns again, and I don't want to lose this Chimera, because this is the Invincible, I forget what it's called, the Invincible something or other, which managed to actually level up twice during our campaign. He's made it through so many things. We don't want to lose him now. That would be just a huge tragedy. So, the Invincible Host, there we go. If we do have to move him back in retreat, I'm fine with that, as long as he survives. Laser. Let's definitely kill the Killican before we sign off here. And then I'm saving this. We've gotten this far in the campaign. This is our 5th mission in this campaign, guys. So we've really followed through with this one, and so far we're doing pretty well. Now, yes, I did want to capture that victory point, and that's why I got so close. No, I'm not staying that close to the enemy. That would be a big mistake. However, I am going to get close with this unit because I want to use my demolition charge. Now, this is something we unlocked a while back, but I think we have to wait a turn before it goes off. Let's actually end the turn and see if the demolition charge goes off. I might have to wait a few turns before it goes off. There we go. No, that's the bayonet. Oh. Well, they've got another one. That's how they're going to stop our knights. So, rocket launcher choppers and massive guns. It works for me. I'm going to go ahead and save this, my friends. We're going to save it under Needs More DACA. This is our community save file, as it were. And I hope you all had fun. Thanks for following us, Jab. Really appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much, Max. That makes me happy. He likes the Graviteam videos. I love Graviteam. It's a very, very fun, fun game. All right, my friends, thank you so much, guys. We're going to miss you a tremendous amount. I do believe we're going to try to get another stream in, hopefully, or a few more streams in before we go on vacation. But if we don't see you for a while, we really do love all of you guys. You make our day. You really do, and we always like having you come on the stream. We love seeing your discussions, the back and forth you guys have with us and with each other. It's just a lot of fun. So I'll see you guys soon. I want you all to have an awesome holiday. And, hey, pick up some games on sale right now. Muso's, of course, going to share our channels. He's also going to share the sales currently that you can, of course, go and take a look at yourself. But this is a great time, not just to get gifts for yourself, but, you know, get some gifts for some friends. If you've got a buddy, and I say this all the time, you got a buddy that doesn't like strategy games or has never tried a strategy game, maybe it's time to pick up Armageddon for him or Sanctus Reach, throw him a copy and say, come on, man, let's play some multiplayer, and then just utterly destroy him. He'll never play them again. All right, guys, take care. Happy holidays, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Max. Take care, guys. Feel free to stick around, guys. Chat as much as you want. We always appreciate that.